Runner stretch progressive. So we're going to start with a chair, and then I'm going to have her bring her toe level with the edge of a chair. If you want, you can use an ottoman or pick something that's of reasonable height, and we'll find out the progressive on how far down you can go to pick the object height that best works for you. But we're going to start with the chair. So once she's here, she's going to bring this knee and touch it to the back of her opposite heel. Toes are tucked under, one nice straight line. So this foot's nice and level with this other foot. She's going to slowly come to standing. She's going to lock both legs out. And what she's going to try to do is the hips want to stay straight. So hers did a great job. Sometimes the hip will shift with that leg that goes forward. So you're going to want to push it back, and you should feel an extra stretch in that hamstring. She's keeping a little arch in her low back, and she's really sinking into the chest, really coming down to the ground. So the progressive objective would be that your hands are flat on the ground. The majority of people can't do that, so we start here. If that feels too easy, they sink down in their trunk a little bit more, and then eventually work down to a smaller object. So we're putting a huge demand and stretch on the hamstrings, but we're also have one leg in flexion and one leg in extension, so you're getting some movement in the SI joints here. And you're also getting a lot of extension here, especially thoracic extension. And so you're going to want to hold this position for a minute and then switch to the other side. So go ahead and come out of that just for a second. If this was too easy, we would then just move the chair out of the way. Let's go down to a smaller block. So toe against the block, and then this heel or knee touches this heel. So bend down to the ground, there you go, tuck it under, one nice straight line, hands go on top of the block for stability, and then she's slowly going to push up again, extending her legs back. Now, the distance when you start with your knee to your heel, and when you stand up, that gives you the distance that we desire, that we want. And so it's the most important thing is that you keep your knees locked out. So if you can't go down this far without your knees bending, then you need to stay at it with a taller object until you can achieve that. And you want to challenge it. You really want to feel the stretch in these hamstrings. Her hips do a nice job of staying straight. She doesn't have to adjust them. And still want to try to encourage a little arch in that low back. There you go. And so for her, she can probably go all the way down. So then we can take the block out, and then she's maximized and achieved the full runner stretch, keeping those knees extended out. And that's a beautiful job. Runner stretch progressive.